we see it, when the fight begins. Steel is all fire within. Every jab, every hook, every thunderous blow. Dances with destiny, a relentless flow.
Thanks for tuning in. Sandy back with another video. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Happy 2025. Good year of boxing last year. You know, this is going to be a real good year of boxing also. I'm going to touch on the Canelo versus Crawford, but I think this is a real good year of boxing, starting off with David Benavidez, a couple other fights also, plus what some people are calling the best rematch ever. I'm not saying I agree, not saying I disagree, but that Dimitri Bivol, Arthur Beterbiev, that's going to be a real good fight. I've been watching that first fight. I'm probably about at least 10 times deep now. That's going to be a real good fight, but now all the anticipation, I'm looking everywhere. The anticipation with Canelo versus Crawford 2025, that'll be battle with the pound-for-pound kings. Now, it's kind of back and forth at first. Now it's seeming like more realistic. I'm starting to dig deep on the situation. Shouts out to Crawford for, all Crawford did. I would say last 4 or 5 years, him and Spence kind of had the welterweight division like hostage. Everybody waiting, anticipating on that big fight. Strap season, everything like that. The Truth, the Big Fish. But it's time to move on. Hopefully, I was going to be getting on back in the ring also. But I'm starting to look at that fight, and I think that'll be a real good fight, real test for Crawford. But I just think it'll be real tough. After watching him versus Madrimov, I watched that fight again last night or either the night before last. Just watching the way he handled himself, and then watching how Canelo did with Berlinger. I just think Canelo, he's seen so much, seen it all, the Triple G, the Bivol, Berlinger, that's lower, I would say lower tier competition, but fighting Floyd, he's been different ever since he started fighting Floyd, just the upper body movement, the anticipation, stuff like that. But I'm starting to feel like it'd be good if Crawford could go the distance, but I'm thinking unanimous decision Canelo. I'm just thinking that Crawford being super sharp like that, I just think Canelo's mind is still on a different level, different boxing IQ. And if you watch the channel, you sub, you already know I'm always talking about Crawford ring IQ, but Canelo, just that experience, knowing that Crawford, he throws some big shots, but his most dangerous shots are those sharp, swift counters and that swivel jab. I don't see him being able to stay off the ropes for most of the fight when he goes, even in the middle of the ring. I can see him getting countered, but I would say I think he would. I think the beat down comes if he gets on the ropes. And I think that he'll just be a swarm of punches. Not saying punches and bunches, but body, up, down, all around. And hearing Canelo actually chime in on this fight more. First it may not happen. There's nothing to gain from fighting somebody like Crawford. Now it's starting to turn into like, not sure if the dollar signs they're talking about, maybe His Excellency could get this fight done. I mean, the money that's on the table, the money that they're wanting is the money they think they might be able to get. And Canelo's talking now. He's saying that in the past couple of years, Crawford, real good timing, real good movement, moved a lot. Crawford, he was, I would say, one of the best sharp punches for his turning and getting off the line. Doing damage, getting off the line. Now, as Canelo was saying, he likes to dig deep. He likes to plant those feet and really throw those body shots, really trade with you. And I think that's where the demise of Crawford will come versus him. Like I said, salute to him. If I could take the fight, I would take it also. That's a tremendous amount of money. But I just don't see it being really competitive. I'm trying to think of all I can say about Crawford that would give him a chance, but I just don't see. After I would expect moving up to 154 some time to adjust, to adapt, but to go to 154, take on Madrimov, and then instantly you're not gonna fight Canelo at 154. That's probably gonna be at 160 or either like a 165 catch weight. Who knows? Maybe he's ballsy enough to go up to the 168, but I don't see that happening, and I don't see the adjustment happening at this age of Crawford's career. I think, I might be wrong, but I think Crawford's 37 making 38. I don't see him being able to adjust, and the power, I know his walk-around weight as much heavier, but Canelo's going to be ready. He's going to be sharp, but I don't think he's going to give up his legacy, his dynasty to a Crawford. Crawford is top-notch, but I see Crawford more or less being competitive. He was to take on Charlo, if he was to take on some of those guys, or even maybe taking Sebastian Findora. Got to see how the Spence, how that works out. If Spence could get the WBO to actually make that a title fight, if they're going to have the fight, whatever they said, early 2025. We're in early 2025 right now. I would assume, well, I think if the Spence fight doesn't happen, I think that Sebastian would probably be Crawford's mandatory. And I think that'll be a tough fight. I would definitely go with Crawford, but I think that'll be a tough fight for Crawford because who knows, like height, length, reach. And Crawford's still adjusting. Like I said, he wasn't, to me, in my opinion, and a couple of other people, he wasn't that impressive versus Madrimov. So I would see him struggling. Even versus Sebastian Findora, I said the same thing with Spence. I think Spence will win, but I think it'll be a tough fight. But it doesn't even sound right when I say Canelo struggling versus Crawford. I don't see it. I see Canelo, improving his legacy, moving on, and looking for big and better fights. But I think Crawford would be lucky to be able to see the 12 rounds with Canelo. So I guess I'm not sure how quick I'll get back to this. Probably won't get back to this unless it's in stone and it is actually a signed fight. But just throwing my 2 cents in the pot. For right now, I'm gonna just say I think Crawford gets. I think he get a real good beat down. Maybe not a stoppage, but I'm going with Canelo. 8-4, 9-3. Probably on the scorecards. I don't see Crawford really making it really competitive. So hit the comment section. Let me know who you got. Let me know if you think it'll be a stoppage. Let me know how you feel on this fight. If you think it's gonna happen, I say anything's possible right now with Turki Al-Rashid. Seems like he's just trying to bring the fans the fight we want, the exciting fights. We all have our favorites, but end of the day, we just like big fights. That'll be a big fight for boxing. And like I was saying, following up what's going on next month with Beterbiev and Dimitri, that being labeled by many people the greatest rematch ever. Like I said, I don't know about greatest rematch ever, but that's 2 guys elite at the top of their game. The last fight, they really didn't make any mistakes. And no matter how much I watch that fight, I still get different scoring on it. I still give Bivol dominant performance in the first 3 rounds, but I feel like for the judges who gave it to Beterbiev, it was all about the championship rounds. Bivol just didn't do what he needed to do in those championship rounds, and Beterbiev stepped on it. There was one point I remember him getting hurt, Beterbiev, and something just clicked. He just went and he stopped the flurry with 1 punch, bang, and Bivol was instantly on the back foot. But anyway, I'm getting off the subject. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you think about the Crawford-Canelo 2025 Battle of the Pound-for-Pound Kings. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Peace.
Boxing with C. Anthony.